Good morning and welcome to today's verse. To God be the glory. What a great day it is today. Today's verse, it comes to us from the book of Psalms, Psalm 31, verse 19, and it says this: "Oh, how great is your goodness, which you have laid up for those who fear you, which you have prepared for those who trust in you in the presence of the sons of men." I want to speak to you this morning about the treasure of trusting God. Imagine a secure vault deep inside of a bank filled with treasures, gold bars, stacks of money, precious jewelry, and all sorts of things, just carefully stored for those who put their trust in the bank's security. Now, the vault is not for everyone. It's reserved for people who place their trust in the bank's care. Now, imagine God's heart as a vault. But instead of money and jewels and precious things such as that, it holds goodness and grace and protection, peace and strength and mercy, reserved not for the rich or the powerful, but for those who put their trust in Him. Psalm 31 is a deeply personal lament written by David, likely during the time of an intense trial of persecution. He begins by pleading for deliverance and protection, expressing both his anguish and his unwavering trust in God, verses 1 through 13. By the time we get to verse 19, David shifts his focus. He praises God for his goodness, not just the good things that God does, but his very nature, which overflows toward those who revere and trust in him. And the phrase stored up in verse 19, it points to this reservoir of grace and mercy that God has prepared in advance for those that put their trust in him. It isn't random kindness. It's intentional, abundant, and reserved for those who live in holy awe of God and seek shelter in him. David also highlights the goodness that is visible to all. It says here, in the sight of the children of mankind, God doesn't just bless people secretly and privately. He often makes his goodness known publicly so that others may witness his faithfulness. God's goodness is abundant and it is intentional. In a world that is full of uncertainty, it's easy to question whether there is any good at all. But Psalm 31, verse 19, it reminds us that God's goodness is not lacking. It's overflowing, and it is custom tailored for those who put their trust in him. Fear in our verse is not terror, but reverence and awe and surrender. Those who take refuge in God aren't self-reliant upon themselves, but they are dependent upon God. Today, this verse looks like praying through anxiety, seeking God will in our decisions, and finding grace in his promises. When you trust God, you'll never have to fend for yourself. No. You are covered, you're guarded, and surrounded by the goodness of God, so rich and abundant that it leaves the world watching in awe. Just like a vault filled with treasure, God's storehouse of blessings is secure and is often overflowing to those who put their trust in him. To God be the glory for the great things he has done. I pray that you will meditate upon this verse. It will be a word of encouragement to you as you go throughout your day. I pray that you have a great day. Have a safe day. And then tune in again tomorrow, as we consider today's verse. Amen.